squat. So I want to go through a proper squat technique from the very beginning, starting with unrack and setup. I feel like it's something that a lot of people overlook with their unrack and setup, and you see a lot of places where they could clean it up and it would help them benefit in their lift. So when you're taking the bar out of the rack, you want to be very deliberate with it. Some people just get on their bar, uneven feet, just unrack, and they step back and get ready to go. I want to set up everything perfect from the very beginning. So grip width is very dependent on your shoulder mobility, and mine is terrible, so don't take that as where you have to hold. I'm going to go really wide so I can talk and not be uncomfortable. But what I want to do is when I set up under the bar, I want to go ahead and get under the bar enough for when I'm going to walk out that right here, everything is locked in and nothing will move. So my hips come under the bar, my feet are even, so that when I stand straight up, and my wrist caught the racks here, when I stand straight up, there is nothing changing. I don't want to step my feet back and good morning the bar out of the rack. I want to be able to move up, and I'll bring my hands in, move up and stand straight up, and everything's locked in. My back is tight, my upper back is locked in, my lower back is locked in, my core is tight. I want to take as minimal steps back as possible and try to limit movement. Any little bit of movement is going to throw off a maximal attempt, especially as you start getting heavier and heavier, 5, 6, 7, 800 pounds, as well as bar whip. So I'm going to take 1, 2 steps back, and then maybe a third there to adjust my feet and get my feet where I want them. Now from this point, my feet is, the next part is my feet pressure in the ground. So I like the cue, I think I took it from Mark Bell, of standing strong. So while I'm standing here, I'm going to stand tall, and I'm going to be everything locked in, and my feet, I'm going to spread my feet out, grab the ground with my feet, and then externally rotating. So my foot is turning out without it turning. So I want to find that pressure, and I want even pressure in my heels and my toes. A lot of people think sitting in their heels too much. I want to use both my front foot and back foot, my entire foot, screwing the ground, standing strong. Now when I take my breath in, you'll notice nothing moves. I'm inflating 360 through my torso. If you have a belt, trying to inflate all the way around your belt. I don't see this arm movement relocking in. It's just an inflation because everything else is already locked in. Now as I begin my descent, screwing my feet into the ground, and then on the way up, one thing I like to try to think of from this position is I think about pushing into the bar, like doing a good morning into the bar. It's obviously not going to happen like this, but my pressure into the bar on the way up is pushing back into the bar with my upper back, because that bar is trying to fold me forward. I wanted my initial pressure is pushed back. What that also is going to do is from the bottom, if I push back, it also kind of can bring my hips under. If you're one of those squatters that you end up sitting back and your knees shoot back and your butt shoots up, I need to get my hips back under the bar to bring me up. So that's how you can go through just your basic setup and fix a lot of the issues that you may be running into. And I kind of did a very poor job of that, but as I'm re-racking the barbell, once I do my rep, I come down, I come back up. I want to take 1 step in, lean and hit both sides of the bar before coming down. Make sure that you hit both sides of the rack so that way you don't miss any of the hooks.